Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here, and I'm back for another Crafty video. This time I'm making some tags for my some of my subbies that wanted to have some happy mail from me. So me and Brian have been working on some things, so we've probably gone a bit over the top for our lot of happy mail this time round. So and Maureen is one of the ones that's getting some happy mail, as well as her winning. So she won the folio that I did for the 500 subscribers prize draw. Now Brian says you're going to have to start thinking about what you're going to do for 750, because there seems to be more people subscribing. So I'm going to do this, and also the reason for having the camera on is I've not had a particularly good day today. My mental health hasn't been great, and the only thing really that seems to perk me up these days is spending time with you guys. So you are keeping me sane, you are helping me work through my mental health, my mental health difficulties, I should say, and so you kind of helping, you like the floodgates, so you're preventing the tears from rolling. So anyway, what I thought I'd do is I'd make these tags, because we need to send out the happy mail, and I thought I'd do it with you guys here. So I kind of started thinking about what I was going to do, but we'll just do it together. So, and then I can have a conversation with you. Brian is currently here. Brian came down to rescue me, as in he came to make sure I was okay, and because I haven't been very well today either. So he just thought he would come down and check if I was all right. So anyway, so let's do these and have a chat. So excuse me while I clear my throat. Okay, so hopefully that's better. Let me have a sip of water. This always happens as soon as I start talking. I can't talk. I think I've got a bit of a cold or something, and colds these days tend to hit us really bad because we haven't been out in the wilderness, have we? We've not been exposed to all of the goober that people have got. Sorry, I've just realised I've got a glue that's nearly finished here, so I'll use this one. So yeah, we've been exposed to all of these, not been exposed to all of these viruses, because we've all been in lockdown, and so now when they do come about, they kind of hit us for six, don't they? So yeah, I've just been feeling a bit meh, and I guess because I'm feeling a bit meh, that makes me feel a bit more sorry for myself, and because I feel sorry for myself, I don't think I can have that. Can I go with? Oh, my brain's going, no, don't do it. Don't put the music sideways. But I'm going to do what I can. I want to keep it in kind of a taggy type shape, so we've got like a bit of a border around the outside, but I'm not going to worry about it too. Well, I say I'm not going to worry about it too much, but the way when I've got, I don't know whether this happens to other people, but like, it's good to have a talk about things like mental health, because at some point in your life you are either going to be, so it will impact you in some way. So that's because you'll either suffer from it yourself. So poor mental health I'm talking about, because we all have mental health, but poor mental health. You will either suffer from it yourself, or you will know somebody that you care for that suffers from it, and that's statistically the likelihood. So it's good to have a conversation about it, because it keeps it real and it keeps it out there, and it keeps the fact that it's something that impacts us all. And I'll be honest with you, it does impact me. I'm autistic, so I tend to have, it's quite a common theme for autistic people. I'm self-aware, which also doesn't help, because I'm very aware of how it impacts me. But yeah, so I think it's good to keep these things, keep it on the table, and so that people know that it's there, it's real, and it happens to people. Because then that opens up doors for other people to have conversations and make them, and hopefully they will then feel more comfortable. So, you know, the more that we talk about something, the better it is for everybody, isn't it? So, and that's how it's got with, you know, being gay. So, like, you know, when I was younger, I would never have had a conversation with anybody about being gay, and now I feel I can, because I feel more accepted these days. More than I used to, anyway. So, sorry, I'm just clearing my throat. Like I say, I've been struggling today with clearing my throat. That's a bit of an envelope, we might put that there. So I'm keeping them very plain. The reason I'm keeping them very plain is because I want to decoupage on them. So I just want to kind of do, I've got a few, I've got 5 to make. So I'm going to, that's why I'm kind of speeding through them, and then I'll come back and I'll decoupage them all. So yes, it's good to keep it out there, keep it agendaed, keep it on the table, and we talk about it, and that way then it makes things better for everybody, doesn't it? Sorry, I've just realised that is not lined up, and my brain is going, ah! It's got to line up with that one. It hasn't got to line up with that one. For everybody else it hasn't. For me it has. Okay, so there we go, that's one. Okay. So on the back's kind of plain, and I'll put a bit of coffee dyed paper on the back, I think, just like one full strip, and then, oh, hang on, where are they? They're here. So, and you know, we'll make holes and all of that. So, and we'll rub out the pencil marks. So, so they're all bits of cardboard that I probably would never have used. And let's just see. I'm going to use that piece. And then they have that kind of border where you can see, oh, there's something else there, but you can't actually see what it is. So yeah, keeping it agenderized is what I was talking about. So poor mental health, keep it agendered, keep it on the table, make sure that people know about it, that it's absolutely fine to not feel great. And I just want to say that suffering with depression or anxiety or that kind of thing doesn't mean that you are miserable all the time. Sometimes you are smiling and hiding the pain inside, and I do that a lot at work. So some people say things at work where they wouldn't actually say it. They wouldn't like it if somebody else said it to them, but they just go ahead and say it, and without kind of a thought or care for the impact it has on other people. So, you know, I've always been mindful of the words that I use. Well, I've tried to be mindful of the words that I use. Right. Will my brain let me put this on that way round? Go on then. I might come back to it and go, no, I've got to cover it up. So, yeah, I don't actually remember what I was saying now. So yeah, just keeping it on the table when we talk about our mental health, and we talk about how we are, and when somebody asks us, we don't say, yeah, I'm alright. Because we say that a lot, don't we? So how many times I mean, like, I do it a lot, because, like, take it literally, when somebody asks me how I am, I always think, you shouldn't ask if you didn't really want to know. If you wanted me to say, yeah, I'm all right, then don't ask me, am I all right? So, because you get what you're given, which is kind of the way it should be. So, and I'm just wondering how many other people do actually say when they are not all right. So if somebody says, are you all right? How many times do you actually say, actually, no, I'm not doing all right today. Things just aren't good. You don't have to go into any great detail unless they ask. But you trust me, when they've said, "Are you all right?" and you say, "No, not really," then trust me, they tend not to ask. Because they feel a bit like, "Oh no, what have I got myself into?" So they don't ask me then. Not sure whether I want to use that because I think there's two patterned. That's a little tag, we'll move that over. What was I going to say? So yes, just be kind to yourself and talk about these things, because that's how we grow. I don't know. Understand. Yes, Brian's here, so like it's just said understand. That's how we understand each other, and also that's how we keep it alive and real, and make it perfectly acceptable for other people to feel not okay by being honest and saying that we're not okay. So, and I know sometimes it takes a lot to say that you're not okay, because you know that the floodgates might open and you might be uncontrollably inconsolable. Inconsolable? I don't know. In a soul? No. In a soul to soul. Back to life. Back to reality. Sorry. Yeah. In soul? No. That's a shoe thing. So just be real. I really do appreciate. So, I go on about honesty all the time, and people say that they like me being honest, and I always say, no, you don't. You like me being honest if it agrees with what you think, which is true. But be honest when it comes to your mental health, because that's gonna help you and other people. Where's that other piece? I've just had a nice big piece of coffee dyed paper, and I don't know where I've put it. Where did I put it? Oh, did I put it over here? Let me see. Is it over here? Oh no! Just knocked everything over. So, Brian's going to fall over when he tries to leave. I don't know whether he is going to try and leave. I mean, don't mean as in walk out, leave. I mean, as in exit the room. Where have I just put that? I have no idea. It's this this green thing.
How big?
It was a piece that I'd just torn off here, and it was here, and now it's not here. I'm like, I didn't think to look into the glue book, but no. No idea. Honestly, I've just had it. It's it's some of that green stuff that's the coffee dyed bit, the one that everybody.
Is that down there?
No, but it's something else. It's a post-it note from work. There's lots of things under my desk, but nothing. It's not. I haven't put it in the bin, have I? I put everything in. I always say to Brian, I haven't thrown it away, have I? That's my standard go-to thing of. Okay, sorry folks, I know that this is like a bit of an interlude going on here. So Brian's going to sing to. Oh, it's here. Found it. This is the bit I was looking for. I did put it with the Christmas stuff. I was just saying to Brian, I could do with a folder for putting these things into. So when I'm not working on them, when I'm not working on a project with you guys, I can put it away and then find it again. Because at the moment, crux is so Brian's just said that's the crux is finding it again, because I'm good at putting it away. So I might work on a project and start the filming of it and then move on to something else, and then not be able to find what I was working on before, and then it ends up kind of evolving in a different way, which is not a bad thing, but just no, I'm not going to tear that off. I'm going to leave that like that. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. move that out of the way of the glue book because that's only going to go horribly wrong. So yeah, just think it's a good idea. It's good for my mind as well when I come into my craft room to be able to actually find things, because I when I'm feeling like this, I can get a bit agitated about things. And it builds my anxiety, which is never a good thing. So put that on there, and then I think I'm going to have a bit of map on this one, and then I think this one is kind of done. So I'm going to put that across there. I think I'm going to tear it off there. Should I tear it off there? No, that's still too long, Dave. Silly boy. And then he called myself something else then. No, this is going to be one of those table leg situations, isn't it? It's going to end up getting shorter and shorter and shorter until it's too short. I'm sure it's a different measurement every time I put it back on the page. There we go, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Well, I'm not happy. I'm happy because it's happy has an H, not happy with an A, because that's what you do when you're looking on your phone. You might be happy because you're using all the apps. So put that on there, and I think we just need a bit of something here, and then this one is I was going to say it's a goner, but it's not a goner, obviously. It's a done. Tick. I had a bit of. Don't start this again, Dave. I had a bit of, and then I'll be able to find it. Let's see what else is in here. So this is the bag of scraps, and I was thinking, don't get it all out, Dave, but you know what? It's all coming out. So I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. Yes, that's true, Brian. Sometimes you've just got to get it all out, but that could be taken in many ways. So sometimes you just got to whip it all out. So and there we go. My mind has just slipped into a depravity. So should I put that on there? That's a piece of waxed paper, so it looks like it's kind of transparent. I don't know if you can see that. That's a bit of waxing. That I think I've done that on one of the videos that I've done in the past somewhere, at some point in my life. It's my life. No, don't sing that, Dave. We've already established that we can't sing It's My Life. Well, because it's the song that was associated with ladies' products for a long time, wasn't it? Roller skates and the Beatles.
So it's like, it's my life.
Life? What, real life? No, life. The feminine hygiene product. Oh, God. Yes, I am going to have to put that live video up because, still nobody knows what I'm talking about. So, and let's face it, it took me ages to find it. So you guys are never going to be able to find it because you don't even know what you're looking for. So, okay, that's another one done. Right, find another tag. Get one of these done. So that's this. Let's take this one, and let's go. Let's tear the. Don't like too much of a white edge. I don't mind a little bit, but I don't like too much of a white edge. Let's see if that's going to fit across there. Pretty much. Let's tear those bits off there so it kind of fits nicely up the top. Is it a little bit too long? Maybe a little bit too long. Don't know why I chose to tear that edge off. Yeah, let's put that up there, that's fine. I can't even think what I was talking about. So anyway, on an exciting note, my Christmas shopping has started to arrive. So the stuff that I have bought for, I was going to say people, but mainly Brian. Not that he's not a people, he is a people. but he's not the only people, because there are other people that need people. Because apparently they're the luckiest people in the world. So, I don't know which side to use, that side or that side. I don't think they make much difference, Dave. Let's do this side. We're going to glue this side. Probably just moved it all, and I don't even know what side I've just picked. So, so that's good. You know, you get. I'm starting to feel a bit Christmassy. I'm going to say something out loud now, and I don't want Brian to think like I'm dropping hints or anything, because I'm not. But I really want my living room finished for Christmas, because I want to be able to come home and feel cozy, not come home and oh no. And it's not Brian's fault. It's just I don't have the money to be able to pay for everything that's needed. So, and I know Christmas is around the corner, so it's going to make it even worse. But I'm going to have to see what we can do with what we've got, rather than buy any more stuff. My kitchen started off with the kitchen, went from being a lot of you know this because I've told you before, but some of you won't know it because you won't have seen my other videos, and if not, why not? So the oh, I don't know, maybe the piece of green, it's just too square for me. I might have to rip it. I did my kitchen with vouchers, so I do a lot of customer service survey things, and I have a device connected to my TV that monitors what I watch, and who's in the room when I'm watching it, and I do consumer surveys, and I haven't recently because pandemic and all sorts of things. I used to do mystery shopping and all of that. So anyway, I've been saving my vouchers for a long time, and I was able to get £1,300 of vouchers. I mean, like, you can't cash them into any stores, otherwise I'd have had an IKEA kitchen, but I couldn't. They don't do IKEA vouchers, so I was able to cash them into B&Q. So I was able to have a B&Q kitchen for basically nothing. Well, it's not nothing because I have worked for it, but it didn't cost me any moolah, any real moolah, anyway. So I was able to do all of that for so little. I always think perhaps my conversation is really boring because I talk about the same stuff over and over again because I don't do anything else. But anyway, I'll tell you anyway, because I've got nothing else to say. So I was able to do all of the kitchen, but the problem is then once you've done the kitchen, I mean, like, I had to spend some cash, and Brian bought me the worktop. So that was a couple of £100 that I couldn't have afforded otherwise. You can't really have a kitchen without worktop. So, so that was good of him. So thank you, Brian. But also, hopefully he's taken that into account, because he said that was going to be my Christmas present. So hopefully that's been taken into account. So anyway, so done all of that, and then the problem is, because what happened was, the thing that started the kitchen renovation is we'd taken the I'd said I wanted the wall down between the kitchen and the living room, because it's not a very big house. I live in it's tiny, but it's perfect for me, I guess. It's perfect for me in Worcester, and then when Uncle Brian comes round, I'd like a bigger house to be able to throw a ball for Worcester and him be able to go and fetch it rather than just catch it. But it's bigger now with the wall down. The problem is, took the wall down, and then you kind of then just sit and looking at a kitchen that you can't stick. So you do the kitchen, and then because you've done the kitchen, it then shows up the fact that the living room needs doing. So, and also because when you've taken a wall down, even if you'd left the living room as it was, because it wasn't terrible, it was, you know, just it'd been like the same thing for 5 years. So, but anyway, so I took the wall down. Then like you're kind of left with like bits where the join was, where the wall used to be. It's all right. It wasn't a supporting wall. Don't worry. My house is not like impending doom. So yeah, once you've got like all the wall down, there's the bits where the joists used to be, not the joists, the frame for the stud wall, or hello stud, the not that kind of stud, the stud wall, what do they call it in America? Drywall, where the drywall used to be. Anyway, drywall. No, they don't all say it like that. sorry, America. But anyway, so you have to do all of that, and then once you've painted that, you've got to then try and match it with the other. But anyway, just becomes one of those things that you just end up having to do. So then that's cost me money to do that, and obviously Brian has helped, and I've done some. You know, I'd like to be able to show you as well. So like, but I can't show you until it's finished. So, you know, I might do a video at Christmas, and you can see what it looks like. Because hopefully it'll be finished by then, or at least, you know, some version of finished. Let's put a bit of map paper on it, so maybe, or that. No, that's too patterned. This one's turned into kind of one of the stripy ones, not the stripy ones. What they're called, stripped. It does sound a little bit like Coronation Street. Could be the same theme tune. So what was I saying? So yeah, I'd like to be able to show you in a video. So hopefully coming soon to a living room near you, there will be, well, not near you, but near me, there will be a finished product. I've got a nice new sofa, which, you know, I bought for a song. So I didn't sing them a song. I don't mean like I bought it for a song. People paid me to shut up. Maybe that's a thing. That's a sponsorship deal waiting to happen in the future. People paying me to shut up. That's what That's what would happen if I went busking. So they'd be paying me not to carry on singing, but to shut up. So, but yeah. So I bought the sofa. It was like saving or something. I can't remember those. They're selling in the shop now for, well, yeah, because they're 1,300 now, and we bought it for 300. So there you go. So I had to buy it. It's not a dog sofa though, because it's green velvet. She wore green velvet. Oh, I don't think that was it. Green velvet. No, I haven't told Worcester yet that he's not allowed on the sofa. That's going to be a shock. But he's going to we're going to get him a nice bed so that he can lie on his bed. Yeah, like he'll ever do that. He lies on my bed.
You never know. We managed to get him lying in the hallway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he never used to lie down. I used to keep coming into the room and pacing and that sort of thing when we were crafting, and now he'll come and he'll lie down and you know, just be happy to be around us, not necessarily have to be entertained by us or throw the ball. So hopefully it'll be nice. Well, I'll say hopefully it'll be nice. Of course it'll be nice. I'm a bit of a stickler for like design, so I've got a nice wall that's in a nice green teal, that's with like, it's all very fashionable to have paneling, but textured. They call them textured walls, but they're like panelled walls. But fish cannot resist. I'm going to stick that on there. Or making model. No. We're going to use this one. Sorry. But I was trying to do it on the cheap, so we've done it in a different way. I'm not going to tell you what it is because like you'll be able to see it when it's done. So I've got a nice textured wall and bought some nice fabric to go on a footstool that I purchased from Facebook. So the Facebook, you know what they're called, marketplace. Facebook Marketplace. Bought it from Facebook Marketplace, and it's. So I'm thinking maybe that up there. Oh, sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, so I bought it from Facebook Marketplace for a song. It needs covering, and I bought some. Well, a long time ago, we bought some cheap fabric from one of the places that we go for one of the many things of craftiness we have. One of the was it Scrap that we got it from?
The coloured velvet.
Yeah, the coloured velvet was from Scrap, which is like a scrap place. Basically they stop things going to landfill, and it's kind of people buy it to use. So anyway, it was some end of roll remnants. Anyway, we bought that, which is going to form the base, and then I bought some nice velvet in like almost like Monet. Oh, it's actually called Renoir, so I guess it's like Renoir. It's like Monet, but it's not Monet, it's Renoir. So that'll be nice on. I'll stick that on there. I might need to. It's a bit kind of plasticky, but I quite like it. So I think I'll need to stick it down with something else. Maybe my art glitter glue, which doesn't have one of the fine tips on it, so it all kind of just puddles out. So Puddles was the name of my first dog. TMI. Oh look, it's all gooed up. What a surprise! Don't squeeze it, Dave. You're squeezing it, Dave. Don't squeeze it, Dave. Let's see if we can unpick this. So what? Oh no, I've just pushed it in. There we go. Well, it's done the job, but like I've pushed it in. Oh, see, it's coming out like. I'm sure this is way too thin. It's like water in here. Maybe it needs a shake. Maybe it needs a shake by somebody who's got more energy than I have. I don't even know whether I'm shaking it or whether anything's happening. It's making me wobble anyway. Let's try again. See if it comes out any different. Oh no, it's just as liquid as it was. It might need more of a shake. It might need a. I don't know.
Find you a small tip for it.
Yeah, it needs one of the fine tips, and I think that would help control it better. As it is, I'm going to have to just dab it off. What was I saying? What was I saying, Brian? No idea. Oh dear.
About the velvet for the foot.
Oh yeah, the velvet for the foot. I've got some nice velvet for the footstool, and it's all like bright colours, all like motley kind of Renoir design, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a Renoir. I know Monet, but not Renoir. So how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a fifth one. So I like that, but it's too. Oh, excuse me, I've just burped. Well, if you didn't hear it, I'm really sorry because I've just told you now. It's a bit shiny. I don't want that because it's shiny. It's shiny. So I'm not using it because it's shiny. Maybe a bit of crystal file. So this is an old file folder from work that I rescue from the bin when the suspension bit goes on them. They kind of they sag and they get bent and they tear at the top, so that they end up getting rescued by me to stop them going in the bin because they're perfect for me. And people always say to me at work, "Do you want that for?" And they just don't understand. I guess they don't understand like I didn't understand before I started doing it. So, but then they see what I've made and they say, "How have you made that?" "Oh, with the stuff that we were going to throw away, a bit like a womble." So, the wombles of Wimbledon rather than you womble in a negative way. So.
Rather than the wombles of derision.
Yeah, wombles of Wimbledon rather than the wombles of derision. So that's a good way to put it, Brian. So yeah, kind of a womble, by the way, in the UK was a character. So the wombles of Wimbledon were characters on a TV show where they basically went round Wimbledon Common picking up all of the rubbish and repurposing it for, whatever they could repurpose it for, because they were wombles. They were able to do that. So, and so the theme tune was "Wombles of Wimbledon, wombling free. The Wombles of the Wombles of Wimbledon Common are we, making good use of the things that we find, things that the everyday folk leave behind." And then they go on to sing who the characters were. So Uncle Bulgaria. So there was Uncle Bulgaria, Madame Cholet, Wellington. I can't remember the rest. I had a Wellington cuddly toy, so I remember him. Why don't I remember the rest? I don't know. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to tear it off so it doesn't have I want a straight edge on one side because that's the bit that's going to be the edge. But then I'm going to tear the rest so it doesn't have a straight edge. And then we're going to use it. We're going to use it and abuse it. So shall I use it and have that bit? No, not. I don't want to leave that exposed. I want something else underneath. Some of these bits are fabric, so this is fabric rather than. I like the backing paper of the fabric. The fabric. I'll put that there. Don't know whether it'll stick because it's kind of got that non-stick coating to stop the sticking to it. So I don't know whether it'll stick. Maybe it's not a good idea to use it. Or maybe let's find out. Let's put a bit of art glitter glue. Apparently sticks everything to everything. It better work now. You'd better work. Beep. Itch. You'd better work itch. Obviously it's another word that begins with B and I won't say it. Gosh, I always cover a lot of territory, don't I, when I start talking? We were talking about mental health to start with, and now we've moved on to recycling and the wombles. So let's get rid of some of the bits that are just probably not going to get used in any way. Let's keep that out because I might use it. Yeah, I might use it. Dave, just get rid of the other bits. Stop keeping them. Every time I go, let's get rid of the. Oh no, we'll keep that. We'll keep that. Should I keep this tiny piece? No, that can be kept. Anything bigger than a fingernail. It's bigger than a fingernail. My brain was like, I don't know whether to keep that. Is it bigger than a fingernail? It's longer than a fingernail. Well, it's longer than my fingernails. Might not be longer than your fingernails. Some people have extraordinarily long fingernails, which I don't know how anybody gets anything done with some of the fingernails that people have. They're kind of... My brain's now thinking, how do they do the normal things in life? So I won't go into what the normal things in life, but the personal hygiene things in life. How are you going to do that when some people have got really long fingernails? Although that kind of does freak me out. That kind of overly long fingernails. Apologies if that's you, but it freaks me out. Some of you might be clowns. They also freak me out. So, and apologies. And I don't like face painting, and I've got I can't even think, trypophobia, which is a fear of random holes, so the holes that you see in nature, and so I've got a lot of phobias. I might put that on there. Yeah, I'm going to put that on there. There's a bit of tissue paper, but I think it covers it up well enough. So it's just one of those things. I guess I can't even remember what I was talking about. See, this is what my mental health does. It does not compute. Cannot compute. I do have a computer-like brain. It has to kind of go through a very processed sort of, take things literally, like routines, overloads when you try and, when you multiple mouse clicking, when you putting too much information in, it slows the whole thing down. So yeah, basically like a computer. Possibly not as good at calculating quickly as a computer, but possibly I am as well. I don't know. There are some things I can do really quickly that people don't realise, that don't realise, that are astounded by. So I think they think I'm a blithering idiot, that's why. I have to laugh about these things because, they've caused me pain in the past, so I like that, but it's upside down. Can I? Oh, let's tear it and do it that way up. This handy thing that has just unstoppered the art glitter glue is now also picking up the gluey things up. Oh, just scrape it off, Dave. It's picking the gluey things up off the glue mat. There we go, that's all of them. Let's put them all back in the envelope. We all live in the yellow submarine. Submarine, Dave. Enunciate. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. I don't know why I had to sing Yellow Submarine. I was putting these things away to Yellow Submarine, and I don't know why that was even in my head. The things that are in my head that people don't. Sorry, I'm keeping those things out. I think they might be like nice little embellishmenty things to go on other things. So there's another one there. I've cut those ovals out for something in the past. Or, oh no, I know what it is. I've cut the oval shape out in the background, so that it formed like a frame, and then I've kept the oval that came out of it so that I could use it for things like this, I guess. Oh, I was going to use that, wasn't I? Where can I stick that? Should I stick that up there? Go on then, Dave. Go on, do it, Dave, do it. Shut up, Dave. Oh, I quite like that side with the stripe in it. Yeah, let's go for the stripe side. It's alright, I'm okay with these random holes. They're not in nature. So it's a thing, actually. People have thought it's a bit weird, but it is actually a thing. It's a recognised. Well, it's got a phobia named after it, so it must be a real thing. So, but yeah, the problem is, I've said this before. When you look up what a phobia is called, the first thing that you get on Google is a picture of that phobia, which it's probably not a good thing. It's like if you look up a fear of spiders, it'll tell you it's arachnophobia and shows you a picture of an arachnid, of a spider. Arachnid. It is an arachnid, Dave. Don't stop questioning yourself. You're perfectly fine. It's an arachnid. But yet you're not. If you're probably googling it because you've got this fear, and you might be saying, what is that fear when you have a fear of this, that, or the other? You don't want to see that, do you? So, I'm sorry. I'm kind of labouring the point now, aren't I? Should I continue to labour it, or do you feel I've laboured it enough? Is it Labour Day? I don't even know. What is Labour Day? Labour Day is a public holiday, isn't it, in America? But I don't know what it is. So Labour Day. So Labour is a political party in the UK. So I know it's nothing to do with that. Well, I hope it's not. You're not celebrating political parties. Although, I've voted Labour. I often vote Labour, actually, to be fair. Although, that's my personal thing, so. I never know which is the equivalent of Labour in America. So, it's centre left in the UK is Labour. So I don't know whether that makes any sense to anybody else. So I'll leave it there. Shall I move on? I always feel out of my depth when I start talking about politics, because I vote for the principles that I have rather than for the party. So anyway, I like a good party. I never get invited to a good party, but I think I'm going to stick that on there. I like that. I'll take the dog hair off it. Don't know what it's come off, to be fair. They don't look like, they look like random wonky holes, so that it doesn't look like. I think I've made those holes, although because they're not in a straight line, so that's the reason why I think I've made them, rather than. Yeah, I've made them. They kind of go a bit wonky, so they're not off a notepad. I was going to stick some of these on because I just liked the so that's got a quirky thing there. That's got that, and it's got that as well. That's got that notes thing. I might put another one on that one then. That's got that, and that's got nothing. So I might put that on there, because this is you probably can't tell, but this is embossed. So I've just had that. Somebody needs a word with me. I've just had that pin thing, skewer thing. I can't find that again. I'll put that on there. Should I go like that, or should I go like that? It'll go like that, Dave, because that's got a straight edge. Hopefully that will stick. So that's been embossed and then torn up. We won't have that because that's quite detailed pattern. Might put this on something. So that's got two things. That's got two things because it's quite detailed, that bit there. Although that's quite sticky there, we might put that on there. Oh, no, that's too similar to that. Piece of cork. I should put the eyes. Put eyes on there. Let's put that on there. And then we're going to decoupage over it, so you might not see any of this again. So, which you're now thinking, what are you bothering for then, Dave? I don't know. My brain's just saying, you've got to do it. So I'm paying attention to what my brain says. So that's got that, and also it's. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking it's quite detailed. Is that one? But I will bow to it and maybe put a bit of this on it. This is a bit of my homemade washi tape. Let's go with a bit of this homemade washi tape. It's actually double-sided sticky tape with paint picked up, which again is another one of the videos that I've done in the past. So I think what I might do is I might put this video up as it is, with having done the bases, and then do another video with me decoupaging, or it could be a whole video of me just peeling this off. So what's the sorry, I'm just going to ask Brian a question. What's the eating situation?
Bread's cooked.
Oh, it's cooked. The bread's cooked, but the thing isn't. Right, okay. So that's why I was thinking, if I break this into 2 parts, I could go and eat. So we've got that and that on there, so that's 2 of them. So my brain's saying you have to have 2 funky things on here now, which, like I say, you're probably not going to see, but we're going to put that on there. Pick that off there. Pick that one up. So, I don't know how long I've been going for. 3 hours usually. I usually think, I've only done about 40 minutes, and then look at the clock. Oh no, I've been going a long time. This is like, we're into day 3. So, but I try not to. I used to worry about how long something was, because like lots of people put videos up for like 20 minutes, or half an hour or an hour, and I kind of like, my brain then says, nope, that's all you can do. But like, I am an individual. I will assert my individualizationness, because that makes it. Yeah, and I'm gonna do. Yeah, I do as I please. I think I'm gonna have that up there. Oh no, shall I? Shall I have it there? I'll have it there. I'm going to perhaps use art glitter glue on this one, because the other one didn't glue quite so well. Or shall I have it that way? You know what? I'm going to have it that way. So if you get this, you'll have seen it made. So, aren't you lucky? And you'll have been scarred. No, sorry, you'll have seen the conversation. Seen? No, you can't see a conversation. Well, you can if you type it, but there's no typing it. Dave, you're overthinking it. Shut up, Dave. Okay, that's higher up than I was going to put it, isn't it? But never mind. So, that's that bit done. Let's put some of this stuff away. Now, I like these little bits, but I don't want to put them back in the same thing. So, we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases on which to decoupage. And then what I'm going to put on here is I'm also going to put, hopefully, if I can sort my life out, put the person's name on in some way. So so these are being made for Roberto Tavain. They're not necessarily going to get these particular ones, but I've got Roberto Tavain, Maureen Glynis, and Leah. 5 people this time round. So these are being made. And Deborah. I've got to make a 6th one. So you've got to stay with me.
Deborah doesn't have the same stuff as everybody else.
No, Deborah's not got the same kind of a happy mail thing. She's got a bundle of napkins, because that's specifically what she wanted. So, but the other people have also got napkins. So we'll make a 5th one then. So I've just put all of that away. You just got to get it all out again. Get it all out. Where is it? You don't have to get it all out, Dave. You just need to get a few pieces out, because you weren't paying attention. So well, I say I wasn't paying attention. I was here. Just necessary. I mean, I was physically present. Mentally, I wasn't. Maybe that's what it was. But I feel I feel a lot better than I did when I started this video. So, see, I told you I always feel better with when I hung around with you guys. Let's do it on something, Dave. Otherwise, you're going to end up with mess everywhere. I'm just darkening this down so that it doesn't kind of blend into the background so much. And then we can stick it on. Really do need some more ink, so I'm going to have to, maybe in the new year, I'll see if I can. I'll go busking to get people to pay me to shut up and buy some new inks. Oh, I found that thing that I was looking for. You always find it when you don't need it, don't you? That's typical. Let's cover that up. So, oh no, Dave, you're going to stick it like that. Stick it like that, Dave. I'll do it like that. Do it like that. Yep, do it like that. That's sticky now. Let's change the page. Just stick my arm in the thing. So what else? So now I need to think of like what else was going to say. What else? What other territory shall I cover that I haven't talked about already? I don't know. It's just going to come naturally to me. Well, natural as I get. So, unnaturally natural. So it's very. I've got very sticky hands. You do get to that point. You kind of like get to the tipping point of how much you can do before your fingers get like ridiculously sticky, and you can't then touch anything without it coming with you. Don't worry about what you're going to stick on it yet. Worry about making it first. Oh, I might use some of that actually on this one. Oh, that's too thick. Too thick, Dave. It's too thick. What else is in here? I like that, but it doesn't. It needs to be stuck over something. Maybe I could stick it over the top of some of that because that's too shiny. Right, let's tear some of this off. Right, so this is a piece of Tim Holtz packing. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what made me laugh. So, what's her name? Christina Hall, who the lady that sent me the Happy Mail, that lives in Australia. So don't go around for tea just because I told you all about her. If anybody's going around for tea, it's me. Anyway, now my brain's thinking about going for tea. It's now singing tea for two and two for tea. Me for you and you for me. So, now your ears are bleeding. I'll carry on. So yeah, she'd said that maybe in that video, I can't remember which video it was, but I was laughing so much and I went forward and I'd got the Tim Holtz scissors and I stabbed myself in the forehead. Because everything happens with me as you do. So yeah, she said that the reason why it happened, which is probably very true, is because I hadn't paid all hail to it. Normally when I get the Tim Holtz scissors out, I'll do this before I open them, and that maybe it's because I hadn't done that. That's the reason why I stabbed myself with them. So they were kind of seeking revenge on me. So that's probably true. So now I need to remember to do it, otherwise
Every time.
Yeah, every time. So it's going to be a thing now. So you know how I often say, if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. And my little thing I always say at the end of every video, which is, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. Please don't give me a reason not to. That, and now it's the scissors. I'm going to have to do it every time I do. I get the scissors out, so it's kind of stuck with me. I have a lot of little routines that I have to do. So I don't know whether this is something that Brian knows about, but every time I go up a set of stairs, I count the stairs.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. And it frustrates me when people talk to me on the stairs at work, because I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my head. But I do it when I'm facing the other way as well, which sounds odd. I'll explain what I mean. When I've been in hospital before and I've gone, when I've had the only times I've ever been on the trolley is when I've had concussion, and trust me, I've had concussion quite a few times in my life. Bet you're surprised, aren't you? What, Dave? No, surely not. Live? What, real life? No, live. No, thinking, really? Dave, you couldn't possibly have had concussion. You're not accident prone at all. So yeah, I've I've had a couple of times when I've been on a trolley wheeled down a corridor, but I've done it with the tile. Sorry, I was going somewhere with this. I've done it with the ceiling tiles as well. So I've counted those as I travelled, as I perambulated down the. It's a good word, isn't it? Perambulated. So as I've been I can't say it. It's a good word, but I can't say it. Great word, but I can't say it. As I've been walking. No, wheeled, perambulated down the corridor. Okay, so I think I would like that to kind of stick under there, but I think I've stuck that down now, and I don't know whether it's going to peel up or it is, which suggests to me if it's going to peel up, it's not going to stay down. Let's try again, Dave. Let's stick that on there. Nope, that's a lot. I've flooded it. Anyway, let's just smooth that out. So yes, I've counted the tiles in. So the corridor from the A&E unit, and don't ask me why I know this. The corridor from the A&E unit at one of the hospitals in Coventry. I believe it might have been Walsgrove Hospital. Doesn't exist anymore. But it could have been Coventry and Warwickshire Hospital, which again I don't think exists anymore. The corridor down to the ward had 178 tiles on it. So don't ask me why it stayed with me. The memory of that stayed with me. I remember numbers as well quite well. So I remember like my old telephone numbers. I remember there's probably not something I should be sharing, but like I remember my old Coventry and Warwickshire STD number. So I used to go as a gay man. I used to go and be tested quite regularly, and I remember what my number was for that. So. So I'm not going to say it out loud, because if you work for the NHS, you'll probably be able to find me. So, it's random things that you remember, isn't it? So, is that too? Oh, I might have to colour that in. I don't mean colour it in. I mean like rub it over with a bit of this. It's too stark for me. So this is a bit of off printing, when I've used a stamp and it's actually this stamp. So when I've used the stamp and I've just gone in and I've just off stamped it, which doesn't have anything on it, or it's dried on there. I think it's just dried on there though. So that's what it is. A bit of off stamping. Or stamping off. Off stamping. Stamping off. Stamping my feet. I'm still standing. No. Better than I ever did. looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still Yeah. Yeah. You, like, you're all like probably scared, but like, trust me, it's helping. So, not actually talking about what the problems are, but just talking. So, it does help. Not entirely happy with the way that that's stuck down, but it's texture. Leave it at that, Dave. Otherwise, you'll be here for some time, and actually, somebody else, whoever gets this, will probably love it. So, and if you don't love it, you can always glue over it. So, can't you? Can't you?
I can indeed.
Should I do it that way round or that way round? No, I'm going to do it that way round because otherwise I'm getting a bit samey otherwise. Yeah, now I'm just going to ink the edge of this. So, so I thought I'd finished and then I didn't. Hopefully you didn't go. Well, if you did go, you can't hear me, so I'm just talking to myself now. Well, actually, I'm not talking to myself at all because the video won't be running if you went. So this bit completely unseen by human eyes. So it's a bit like one of those paintings, isn't it? So like if you're a great artiste like Renoir, apparently he's an artiste. If you're a great artiste, you've got paintings that you didn't like and were painted over. So it'd be like that, never seen by human eyes, and then discovered like years, not hundreds, 100 years later.
No, how do you reconcile?
Sorry, how do you reconcile what? Sorry, Brian's just said, how do you reconcile that? And I said, how do you reconcile what?
Is it not wrong if an artist doesn't like something and paints over it, and then 100 years later, because we have technology, we find it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it wrong to unearth it, or should we just leave it because they hit?
Yeah, so Brian is just. I mean, I completely get what you're saying. I mean, like I've thought very similar things, but probably not quite in quite a eloquent way. Elephant way? No. Yeah, I've just called Brian an elephant. But yeah, so Brian has just posed the question: is that not wrong? That we, I'm paraphrasing because I'm not an elephant like he is. Eloquent, an eloquent elephant. Is it not wrong that if an artist hasn't liked something, they've painted over it, and just because we have the technology to build the first bionic map now, because we've got the technology to find what was underneath the original painting and expose it, is that not wrong? Because like the artist didn't want to put that particular picture out there, so but we've found it and we've decided that we should see it. That's kind of the question that was raised, and I get that, because if as a crafter, if I don't like something, I probably throw it away, and I'm hopefully, well, I doubt it. I doubt anybody's going to go through landfill in 100 years' time going, oh, this is an original by Dave.
No, you never know.
This is a dash of Dave original. So I don't think so, but they might well, and they might not well. So who knows? I won't be around in 100 years' time to know, and that's the thing. The artist isn't around to kind of put their piece forward as to why they didn't want it. Yeah, exactly. So, like Brian's just said, they might be ashamed, or it might be very painful. It might have been a painting of somebody who, has hurt them, or has, wronged them or scorned them. Scorned. That's a word we don't use these days, isn't it? Scorned. It's like what's that other thing? I'm peeling this because I'm hoping it's a sticker, and it's not. So I've just peeled it in half, which is fine. So that's one element. You know, I wanted a double element of things on here. That's one element, and this is the other one. Another elephant. These elephants are coming thick and fast, aren't they? Like they're charging through. They're charging. I can't afford to pay. So yeah, I get that. I get you. You get me. I get you. I understand that it's a bit personal, you know, isn't it? It's what keep doing that, wiping the whole thing off instead of gluing it down. What you choose to put out there is very personal. So, and I wouldn't want somebody else to do that edit for me. You know, I mean, I might ask somebody's opinion, but it doesn't mean that I'll pay any attention, as Brian is well aware. So, good question. Don't know. What are your thoughts? Say in the comments then. Can I also ask you a big favour if you are watching this? Can you like it? Because liking it, I've noticed that when people watch me live, they're enjoying it, and I get that. I get that you're enjoying it. I've been there. I've done that with, you know, people that I watch, and you forget to like something, but the liking is the thing that tells YouTube. It's the algorithm that tells YouTube that you liked something, that you enjoyed it, that you think other people might like it, and therefore other people get to see it. So, can I ask you to like it, please, please, please? And you know, there's no consequence if you don't. So just so you're right. So I've made 6. So it's not like I'm going to come round and I don't need your firstborn child or anything. Trust me, I don't want any of your children. Thank you. I'm not even going to look after them. Babysitting. So, and I've heard another. Sorry, just digressing. I'm sure I've said this before. When some parents say that they're babysitting their children, they are not babysitting their children. They are your children. So, anyway. I'm going to do a slot punch in all of these. Put a bit of ribbon probably through it. So this is a ribbon punch or a slot punch. It's a bit like they used to clip your ticket in the cinema and on the buses when there used to be a conductor on a bus. I really like these. I like how they've turned out, and like I say, I shall decoupage them. And thank you, folks, as well. Thank you for helping me with the restoration of my mental health. Feel a lot better now. I've had a chat. Feel a lot better for being up and upright as well. Staying in bed all day just probably wasn't the best thing, although I did get to watch Love Actually, the movie, so I didn't really watch it. I kind of fell asleep to it. So I love that, and this will sound really wrong, but there are lots of crafters that I watch because they help me fall asleep, and I don't mean they're boring and they make me fall asleep, but they're just so soothing, and I love listening to. I used to listen to my mum's voice as she used to speak in the living room and fall asleep on the sofa, and that's why. So don't take it wrong when I say you help me to fall asleep. There are a couple of people that I'm really into watching at the moment that really help me fall asleep. So Camellia Craft Designs, so Julie from Camellia Craft Designs, and Sue from Paper Inspirations helped me to fall asleep. And like I say, that sounds wrong. it sounds like you're boring, but you're not. I mean it in the nicest and loveliest, soothing sort of way. They've got soothing, like a soothing ambience about ambience, not an ambulance, not a soothing ambulance. And no elephants were hurt in the making of this either. So, an eloquent ambulance, an elephant ambulance. That's a big deal. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Joke's getting bad. So, well, getting already are. So this is what we've made. Don't know how long we've been going for, but I'm going to go and have something to eat because I haven't eaten all day, and that's probably not going to help me either. So one of you lucky people, I say lucky, or unlucky people, will be getting one of these. So it's quite exciting sending people happy mail. I'm now in a position where sending happy mail is an easier thing to do because I've got a lot of stuff. I've been going a long time. I think that Julie said something about this. She was talking the other night, and like this is before I fell asleep. Sorry, Julie. But she was talking about you get to the point where you used to want everything that you saw other people use, and then you get to that point where you think, oh, actually, I don't need it. I'm going to use what I've got because I haven't, some of the things on my shelf haven't seen the light of day since I bought them. So, and the same with these tags. The bases of these are things that I've not used, so they're great for happy mail. So, and it helps you to be a bit more creative because if you don't have it, you have to find a way to either replicate it or make something else. And actually, you tend to find that you end up making something else that you enjoy more than replicating somebody else's work, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It made sense in my brain, but as we know, my brain is broken today. So, anyway, that's it. So I'm going to decoupage those. I'm going to stop this video, go and have something to eat, and I might come back and do the rest of it afterwards. So, or I might leave it for another day. So anyway, thank you very much for watching me. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope our crafty conversation has been soothing, interesting, posing poignant questions. I don't know, but something. I hope it's been something for you. Might have been terrible for you, I don't know. So, live? What, real life? No, live! Anyway, I will post that at some point. So, you all take care, folks. Thank you very much for watching and helping me to kind of process things. I love you all. I love you all. And I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So, don't give me a reason not to. So, I will see you very soon. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. They're all coming out now. These are all going to be like my strap lines, aren't they? If I ever do have merch, this is what's going to be on them. So, all right, you take care, folks. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I really want to say thank you for everybody that ever comments on my videos. Thank you for anybody that watches them as well. And if you watch them and you don't feel able to comment, I get that. But just give me a like, a thumbs up, and then that shows that there is some kind of interaction with it. And if you do want to comment, then comment, because comments are really helpful, and I reply to everybody. I've now found how you can find all of the comments that you haven't replied to, which I didn't know before. So there were a few from about 5 months ago that I didn't reply to, so I'm really sorry. But I've tried to backtrack a little bit. I'm over-explaining, aren't I? Shall I go? So anyway, from 5 months ago onwards, I replied to everybody. And sometimes that takes me, I have literally spent like 4 hours replying to people. But I absolutely will, because I know how it feels to interact with somebody and not get a reply. So
I will always reply to you. So thank you very much. It might just be a kiss and a hug or a thank you, but I will always reply. So, as I say, I love you all. I've told you I love you all without exception. I'm not going to go there again. And I'm going to go now. Sorry, my brain's not firing correctly, so if it's all come out a bit, then I completely understand. So, take care, folks. You look after yourselves, look after each other, and have those conversations with each other about how your mental health really is. And if you can't have them with anybody else, I'll come and have a conversation with me. All right. Take care, folks. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye.